The darkest day is finally over. Hey everyone, Templar74 here with another episode of PokeTalk, and today's episode of PokeTalk is going to be my review of the latest episode of Pokemon Pocket Monsters 2019, episode 45, Sword and Shield 4, The Ultimate Sword and Shield. And I gotta be honest with you guys, this episode was a good wrap-up for a epic conclusion of the Darkest Day arc. I gotta be honest, I really did love this arc, and I'll be honest, I'm kind of a little bummed that it only lasted this long. I would have preferred it to be a couple more episodes longer, mostly because this episode just crammed a lot of stuff in it. But we'll talk about all this soon enough. So at risk of further rambling though, let's move on to the actual episode. So the episode begins again with the Darkest Day. Ash is confronting Chairman Rose, and Go is confronting Olenia, and of course we have Leon out here confronting Meowth, who is Gigantamaxed, as well as all these other Gigantamaxed Pokemon here, and Eternatus is on a rampage, so we gotta put that out there. But Ash and Go, they're in the middle of their respective battles, and they're really not doing all that well. I mean, Ash is doing better than Go, just because he has more battle experience, but still, neither of these guys is still doing fantastic. They're not basically sticking it to him every chance they get. They're not showing the OP-ness here of Ash. And Ash's Riolu and Go's Raboot ultimately end up having to evolve in order to win the battle, and they ultimately do evolve in the heat of battle. Ash's Riolu into Lucario and Go's Raboot into Cinderace, respectively, and they also learn Aura Sphere and Pyro Ball, respectively. So there is that, and the evolution here was really nice here. And I also love how when Ash's Riolu evolves into Lucario, they also played on the Aura thing. They get brownie points for that. They haven't forgotten that. And yeah, I was really shocked that they were going to use that right off the gate here. So anyway, that said, that part was great as well. And ultimately, these evolutions are what tips the scales for Ash and Go, and they ultimately defeat Rose and Olenia, respectively. And after the battles are over, Ash and Go reunite, and Eternatus turns into Eternamax form here, and this is just where it's getting interesting. As Eternatus is going on a rampage here in its Eternamax form, Ash encounters Zamazenta and Zycan, respectively. We see both of the legendaries appear, and they end up defeating Eternatus together. You know, Ash and Go defeat Eternatus with Zycan and Zamazenta's help, and Go ultimately ends up saving everybody by catching Eternatus. After Zycan and Zamazenta weaken it, Go catches Eternatus. I cannot stress enough that running gag of Go literally catching everything here literally saved the world. And Go managed to catch Eternatus. I mean, who would have thought that? I wouldn't have thought that. But anyway, Go catching Eternatus ends the Darkest Day, and Eternatus' Pokeball is sealed away. So Go doesn't get to keep it, but he did catch it. So he gets bragging rights for catching Eternatus. And of course, we see Sonia. Her arc gets wrapped up here as it's revealed that she becomes a Pokemon professor. She vows to do her best. And Ash and Go return the Rusted Sword and Rusted Shield to the Slumbering Weald, and to thank Zycan and Zamazenta for their help. And after this, Ash and Go head off back for Vermilion City. The Darkest Day arc is over with that, and that's essentially where the episode leaves off. So yeah, this episode, like I said, the Darkest Day arc overall I really loved. I really did love this arc. I thought it was good balance. This episode, though, I think there was a little too much going on in this episode. If it were me, I would have preferred this to be kind of drawn out over 2 episodes, maybe even 3, kind of pushing it, because there was a lot of stuff that happened in this episode. But trying to do it all in one episode, I don't think did it justice, and I think it hurts the arc a little bit. I loved the episode, don't get me wrong. I loved the animation, I loved the soundtracks, I loved everything about this episode, but I can't overlook that. There was just a little too much in this episode, and it was a bit of episode overload, not gonna lie. But yeah, with that said though, everybody, those are my thoughts on the episode. Overall, I give this episode a 7 out of 10. Like I said, I love this episode, but I think it was done some injustice just by cramming so much stuff into one episode. I think it would have been better if it was 2 more episodes, or this episode was 2 episodes, if that makes any sense. But again, I could just be alone in that opinion of that. But anyway, like I said, Darkest Days arc was great. This episode was great. Just kind of wanted it to drag out maybe a little bit longer, flush a few things out. This episode felt kind of rushed in my opinion. But overall, in the comment section down below, let me know what your guys' thoughts were about this week's episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was just there? What are your thoughts? Just let me know in the comment section down below, because as always, I enjoy hearing from you. Alright everyone, as always, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day everybody, and I'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye everybody. Hey everyone, Templar74 here. Did you enjoy the video? Do you want to help support me in making more content like this and see your name here at the end of every video? Then consider supporting me on Patreon. Any help is greatly appreciated and will help ensure continuation and increase the quality of production of the videos that I'm able to make for all of you. Link down below. Again, thank you so much for your support and for liking and subscribing. You all are amazing. And as always, everyone, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.